About 13 years ago, in the office of the president in Liberia, our founder, Betsy Williams, worked in collaboration with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, now former president, and they worked to put together a program that would help essentially strengthen the public service, which was highly decimated after the conflict in Liberia.
This whole idea of Public Service Emerging Leaders Fellowship started over 2 years ago when Emerging Leaders Foundation and Emerging Public Leaders came together to do a scoping mission in Kenya to find out, is Kenya ready for young public servants who are ethical? Does the Kenyan market actually need these young public servants to be trained and mentored and coached?
How do we create future leaders who are already within government and essentially create leaders who are ethical, who are competent in terms of leadership skills for the public service, who are innovative, who are citizen-focused, but also can manage their careers in the existing bureaucracy.
What is the public perception about you? Laxity. Mnakujanga mnacha jacket na mnaenda. Does that happen? Does it happen?
Kenya has one of the strongest public services in the continent, but it's time to innovate, to energize, and to move to respond to today's challenges.
This is about developing leaders. And we're calling them developing emerging leaders because we want to develop leaders from entry point at the public service.
Very few governments in the world take the time and the effort and put in the resources to develop a program of such a scale and for such a long duration. So that's the first unique characteristic. But second and most important, and more importantly, those who do that actually tend to focus their resources on middle career, the more senior public servants. Very few focus on the younger generation, which in our opinion is the right way to go.
So this Emerging Leaders Fellowship Program is critical in that, one, it takes the best of our future public servants, it takes a hold of them at a very early stage in their career and allows them to be mentored by people who've gone through public service themselves and are able to share their experiences, the good and the bad and the ugly.
I applied this opportunity because I realized that it was kind of aligning to my aspirations and ambitions. So I thought that this will be an opportunity to increase my leadership skills and probably be able to apply the same at my workplace and beyond.
We received over 5,400 applicants for the Kenya program. And how we did this was through a series of interviews which involved not just the Public Service Commission, but also Emerging Public Leaders and Emerging Leaders Foundation. A very transparent process and collaborative process of interviewing all candidates, and we landed with 51.
We have fellows from all over Kenya representing all the communities, including people from Turkana, the Bajuni from the coast, and also people from Nairobi.
Our aim of the program is to instill 3 distinct competencies. 1, expose them to public service systems and methods. 2, expose them into citizen-centric service delivery. And then 3, develop their ethical competence so that they become public servants who are value-based.
And over the next 12 months, we'll ensure they have the skills, they have the aptitude, they also have the character to shape them into future public service leaders.
The greatest power of this program is the peerage, the cohort. And the cohort will rise to become leaders in the different ministries and agencies. And I think that that collectivity and interconnections is what is going to be of real value to this country, but also to the individual peers that are members of this cohort.
I have learned that you simply need to be diligent. Every one of the speakers who has talked to us has given their life story, and diligence was part of it. You don't need to slack, you don't need to conform to the general outlook or the bias that is public servants are lazy and incompetent. You just need to put in the work. Whether or not you're given recognition for it, put in. Eventually it will come.
From now on, I feel more assertive to be able to prompt change in my office. And I also felt encouraged to be able to challenge some of the corruption evils that are happening. I feel really empowered.
I can't wait to go back to my ministry to make the changes that I've seen. From the training that we have had, I'm well prepared to handle those issues that may arise. I'm not saying they're not there, but the issues will be there, but I'm well prepared to handle them.
As we keep going forward, the program, I think, will impact our lives more positively.
I mean, you guys have already chosen to lead. You've dared to be in service. So I challenge you not just for the next 12 months, but for the next 12 years, the next 24 years, to honor your commitment that you're making here today in public service, a life of value, of integrity, of hard work, of diligence.
We want to see a situation where you can identify a public service emerging leaders fellow from a crowd of other public servants.
They have a responsibility to an entire generation, to an entire country, but also a sacred duty to serve others, which is a responsibility that is not bestowed lightly. And to take that with the seriousness that comes with, and to run that and make sure that wherever they find themselves, that they are driving impact where they are, but also inspiring and supporting others to do the same. So they should consider themselves the apostles of sacrifice and service in the public service. And as apostles, move out with the gospel of service and spread the gospel of service across the public service, not just in Kenya, but across the African continent.